Hey guys, I'm Barry. I want to talk about something that I started thinking about this morning. And it has a lot to do with stressing, worrying about tomorrow, about what's going to happen in the future. And have you ever noticed that the people that you've known in your life that have never really stressed or worried about how they're going to pay their next bill or pay their rent, they still kind of always manage to get it done? And then the people who worry so much about how they're going to pay their next bills or pay their rent are the ones that seem to struggle the most. Maybe that's just something I noticed, but it's important to realize that worrying about how something is going to get paid tomorrow or next week is really affecting your happiness for today. And in the Bible, it does say that don't worry about tomorrow, for today's worries are or your. I'll get better at this, but if you trust in God and just simply stop worrying, trust in God, find that ultimate understanding that things are just going to work out. Once you surrender yourself to God and fully trust Him, there is an actual peace that occurs. There is peace that you'll find. You'll be like one of those friends you used to know that though rent was tomorrow, they weren't worried about it. They slept just fine. They didn't have any observable stress from it. And then when the next day came about, they were somehow able to get their rent paid. So I'm realizing that worrying is just a waste of energy, and it doesn't really help with anything. To sit there and worry about tomorrow, you're putting off your happiness in a sense today. There are so many things in this world to be grateful for today. Let the stuff for tomorrow wait until tomorrow. And man, for me, that's kind of a boom, like the understanding that what is the worrying really going to do for you? I mean, honestly, it's just you're not going to gain anything. There's nothing to gain from worrying. I mean, I guess there are certain worries that you can have, like maybe a parent over a child, maybe when he hasn't come home at the time that he thought, or they, I guess those kind of worries are, I guess, somewhat justified. But to sit there and worry about your finances, we now live in a world where we're literally being priced out of affordability when it comes to anything. It's not, this isn't inflation. This is greedflation. This is not a depression. It's only a depression for poor people, because our CEOs and corporate oligarchs are making record profits. And so there is a breaking point in this, and to worry about a lot of this stuff, it really does take a toll on your age and your mentality. It pulls your focus away from Christ. It pulls your focus away from the things that you really need to put your focus into, which is your own spirituality, yourself, and following and taking the steps that Jesus Christ would have done, being as much Christ-like as you possibly can. basically is the gist. So there is this come together. There is this community thing that is probably going to happen. Now, I encourage it. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. But the simplicities of life, eating, having water, shelter, if those get covered, then really a bill shouldn't be what then ruins your day. The simplicities of life, like, are still obtainable, though some governments or municipalities would like for you to think that you're not allowed to catch rainwater, or you're not allowed to put a garden in your backyard. But it doesn't change the fact that God still lets it rain again. God isn't listening to the government. So when it rains, drink. The edicts of a few men who've decided that these other people can't do what God has given us the right to do are things that we probably shouldn't really be worried about. Just continue serving God, trust God, He has it, and do what it is you need to do to live. I believe that once you find that way to trust Him and stop worrying, those things that you will need are just going to fall into place. It's just going to happen. It's just kind of what's been happening lately in my life anyways. So build communities with each other. Get to know your neighbors. Learn what your grandparents did when it came to food and survival. Recognize what plants that are probably growing in everybody's backyards that are actually edibles. I've heard some pretty incredible stuff about the dandelion, and apparently all part of the dandelion is edible. So there's a bunch of stuff we can do as a community to come together and help each other out. But don't worry. Now I'm telling myself this too, so I'm not perfect. But really try not to worry. Keep in mind the blessings from the future and understand that on a day-to-day, each and every situation remains to be just a very temporary thing. And when you look past on all that, you realize how it actually wasn't as bad as you thought it was. So trust in God. I know this is, again, my ramblings, but just thinking about friends that managed, that never worried, but then the friends that always worried and they never really could manage. So if this video is something you like, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm out, and share it to other people you believe are within that same situation or could just benefit from the understandings and the journey that I'm going through. So with all that said, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.